Class, welcome to week 7 of the Church and its Doctrines. Dietrich Bonhoeffer wrote, the church is the church only when it exists for others. Bonhoeffer obviously lived during World War II and was martyred during that, just days before the Allied forces would have rescued him. Bonhoeffer cared so much about the church that instead of staying where it was safe in Britain or in the US, he went back because the church exists for others. He wanted more people to come to faith in Christ. This week you're going to spend some time in Ends reading about 76 pages. You're going to look at chapter 25 on ecclesiology, the doctrine of the church. What is the church? Why do we have the church? Who inaugurated the church? What should the church be about? You're also going to look at some other theologies: liberal, neo-orthodox, radical, historicist, socialist. You're going to read all of those chapters. And so the main focus this week is ecclesiology. What should the church be? Okay. As you get to your discussion boards, there's a number of questions to dig into. Describe for your classmates what your church is like. Tell us what it looks like. You know what? How big is it? What denomination is it? What kind of theology does it subscribe to? Is it a welcoming church? How is the gospel presented on a regular basis there? Talk about the different things theologically there. In what way is your church organized and governed? What are the strengths and weaknesses of this approach that your church follows? For my church, we are elder-led, and I am one of the elders. My role is different, obviously, than the other elders, but we make those decisions. We have a group of deacons who handle building, facility, and benevolence, and our servants, and encourage other people to serve. And we lead together as a team. And so there are benefits to that. There are problems with that. We have quarterly congregational meetings. The church votes on staff, so when we hire pastors, but they don't vote on a budget. The elders decide that budget, and the church trusts the leadership to do that and to do that well. We update them. We are completely transparent with all of those things. They can ask questions at any time, but that's the way that our government is organized. What do you believe to be the significance of baptism and the Lord's Supper? Why are these important? Why are these ordinances in the church? And so you need to answer that question. Some churches believe that baptism is what saves you. Is that theologically correct? You don't have to answer that, but that's a question that comes up. The Lord's Supper, some churches practice it once a week. Some do it once a month. Some do it once a quarter. Is there a biblical way that we should be doing it? Lastly, how can the church best minister to the world? What is your church doing to reach outside its walls to reach the community? It used to be enough that a church was just there and people would come to the church. They would come to a pastor. They would come to another believer when they had problems. That has changed in our culture as our culture has become less Christian, less biblical values. And so what is your church doing to reach out into the community? Share some of those ideas and things that have worked well. Lastly, you're going to do your exam, 25 questions, same kinds of questions, an hour closed book exam. I'm praying for you this week as you dig into the church and you think about how this applies. How does it make you think in new ways of your church? And what ways could you be involved in your church, in serving, in caring for other people, in discipling other people, in sharing the gospel with people who don't need to know Christ, in reaching out into your community with your church? Theology has practical impact all the time, and ecclesiology is the same as everything else. And so praying for you this week as you dig into it, as you think about the church, as you think about ecclesiology, what that looks like on a very practical basis. Have a great week 7.